G'day peeps, how you doing? So where are we today? I had a couple of days off because the weather was, actually the truth be told, the weather was fantastic, having fun with the dog, and yeah, felt particularly sore and tired. Anyway, more of the insulation is done. Now started to bracket all the side panel up for, that's where the TV's going to go. Doesn't look it, but that's really very strong. I mean, I can literally put my entire weight on it. Next, going to work on this. Look at all this. It's just an Aladdin's cave. It's ridiculous. Basically, this piece is going to come along here, which is ideal because then I can start putting everything together. So what else? Over the weekend, took everything out. Took everything out. Took the floor up to have a look, and the floor is actually really quite good. The thick stuff it's got on there now, do you know what? It's got a couple of oil spills on it and stuff, but I'm cleaning it up, and I'm just going to use that. Insulation underneath is not as important as obviously the ceiling is most important. Walls secondary. Wish I'd gone for a slightly longer van now that I've measured everything up properly. What can you do? In fact, I was thinking maybe of redesigning, but it's a little bit late for that, and I think it's still going to be absolutely fine. So yes, insulation down there. I did do one panel with just expanding foam, and if cost wasn't a factor, actually it would have been easier to just have done the entire van with expanding foam. But then again, cost is a factor, so found some lovely slim tongue and groove. So that's what, 5 pieces in there. So that should go in absolutely beautifully. Got my fuse box and everything. That's why I want to get this area finished. Basically, get the wheel arch boxed in, battery 1, battery 2, and then I can get that insulated up there and up there. Get all the cables run, and then I can put the batteries in and start doing some actual wiring, and basically get that piece finished before anything else. It all still seems to be taking forever. It really does. Made some mistakes. Other things have worked really quite well. So yeah, overall, listen, I'm happy. It's going well. Anything negative to report? I don't actually think so. It's okay. Doing it in the van has been the biggest nightmare. I've got nowhere to put anything. My mum's garage is full of stuff. There's just nowhere to work, and it's really slowing everything down like you wouldn't believe. But you know, just have to get on with it and do the best you can. I think, to be honest with you, once I get plan of action, get that wall finished, get all the wiring into it, get the box built out, get the bottom edges and everything sealed, wheel well sealed. That's then done. I can then, because I think the weather's quite nice on Wednesday and Thursday, put up the ceiling. Once that's done, all this big stuff I can get out, all the plywood and the polystyrene and everything else. Yeah, so that's the current plan. I'm not sure if I showed you this on the last video, but we now have external power. There you go. Just put some extra sealer on there just to do that. The wheels came. Oh, the wheels are a little bit nice. Can't put them on because I don't have a beefy enough jack. So if any of my friends are watching this and you happen to have a really big, nice, thick jack that you'd potentially like to lend me, then please do. I'm using a little microphone down here, so I hope you can hear everything okay. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, just gotta crack on. I've started using the captive nuts now. They work well. They work really well. I knew they would. It's just a nice flexible solution. Need to put some more insulation in the sideways strut, and yeah, outside of that we're doing all right. Like I say, not as quick as I wanted, but just realised a mistake. Not as quick as I'd liked, but hey, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, I will catch you later on. And a very good morning to you. It's Wednesday and I'm still very, very much behind schedule. Good news though, I'm going to be moving location because I cannot keep doing this inside of the van. It's becoming ridiculous. However, some of it's hidden because I've got no storage space, but we have now the beginnings of some structure. I know I went over this the other day, but good news, the polystyrene works perfectly. Yes, there's a few little gaps which I will fill in with some expanding foam. It almost makes me wish I'd done polystyrene from the start. I didn't realise just how easy it was going to be to work with, and with the sticky pins it's a breeze. Although I must admit, when you stand up and get a sticky pin stuck in your head, it's a good thing. No, the other one, it's a bad thing. So yeah, I reckon I can get the whole roof done literally today. So I've got to run some wires, and oh, it's going to be so nice to get the roof done, because then tomorrow, I think, or maybe Friday, move to the new location. It's not a workshop per se, but it's undercover, so at least I can get some trestles out and cut things on the flat rather than having to do it like so, which I think, as we can all agree, would be an absolute nightmare, and is a nightmare. So yeah, that's all for now. Got to crack on with the roof. Like I say, really pleased with the way this is coming together. It's going to be so much easier. And as we all know, polystyrene has amazing thermal properties. So yeah, it's going to be good. Anyway, I will come back to you a little bit later. Bonne année. No, that's year. Yes. Very odd. I really should read the instructions on how to use a GoPro. Right, yes. Happy now. Things are actually starting to take shape. Some of the wiring's going in. I'll get that all built up hopefully by the weekend, so I can get the batteries mounted. Got my power coming in now, boxing in the fan. Like I said, polystyrene's working great. Need to put some spray foam obviously into these holes and then cover them up. The same with the gap up there, but that's not really such a biggie. Yeah, so that's great. And like I say, I can go up to my sister's now. She's got tons of room. Need to cut in a vent over there where the expanding foam is, for a vent for the old to stop Hindenburg problems. And yeah, it's nice to see it finally starting to sort of take shape. Seems like it's been going on for an absolute lifetime, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, this whole thing for me wasn't the sort of, it was the journey, not the destination. It's sort of, I'm enjoying actually doing this. Still don't know what to do with the bulkhead at the end. I know I don't want it all, but I've only got one chance to cut it, so I'm sort of being very cautious about my plans for that. So yeah, all good, and I hope you're having a good day too. So cheerio, bye. And a very good afternoon, one and all. So after stabbing myself in the head repeatedly with sticky pins, and I do mean repeatedly, you would actually have thought I would have learnt. Yes, progress. The roof, or ceiling I should say, is done. Look at that masterpiece. I've started silver taping off some of it already. Yeah, the rest I've obviously put in loads and loads of spray gunk stuff, so yeah, should be good to go. It's good. I actually feel as though I've achieved something today. Some of the electrics are in, so basically a little bit of a dilemma. I don't know whether to silver foil the ceiling or not. part of me says it's a huge waste of money because that stuff's really expensive, and you know, 50 mil of polystyrene, like 40 mil of polystyrene, sorry, you'd think would be enough. But then part of me says, well, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it, you know. Not quite sure. Anyway, I probably will. So tomorrow I can tape up the rest of it, and then I can batten the ceiling, ready to put up the ready to put up the ply on the roof, on the ceiling. I'm going to do a bit different. I don't know whether this is the right or wrong way to do it. I'm going to put the ceiling up first, so that the tongue and groove can go up to the ceiling and obviously stop it dropping, because dropping mid-journey might be a bad thing. Yeah, and then once the ply's up, I've got a thing for something to cover the ply with. I am thinking of just going with that bloody automotive carpet stuff, but a pale one. Didn't really want to, because I don't know. I actually don't know why it does the job, and it hides a multitude of sins, so it would actually be a very sensible option. Yeah, not sure. I will sleep on this. Anyway, get the ply up and then get that wall finished, which shouldn't take too long at all. I think I'm actually going to use polystyrene in that again, particularly as they're, you know, fairly square areas. So get it all foam filled, then expanding foam, chuck in polystyrene and foil over the top, and then I can do finally my battery box. It's the most important. Ugh. So I've got one of those wiggly things where it slowly falls over like that, which someone warns me about, but I don't listen to people. Yeah, so, oh yes, and I do always say so. I know it gets annoying, but there we go. Any hoozle. It's important to get the batteries in, because basically once I get those in, and the charger and the power points, the inverter, batteries, which I probably already said, and the solar thing, it then means that basically I can just plug up a connector into the outside, and just use all the power from inside the van. And I'll have lighting inside, and I'll have the fan going, because some of the fumes, you can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat. Yeah, it does get a bit whiffy in there, but it would just be nice to actually have one part finished. As for overall effect, I think what I'm going to go with is obviously the tongue and groove, like there, which I'm going to paint a kind of like a pale, it's going to sound horrible, a pale matte mint green, but then I'm going to beeswax it, and then I'm going to paint it white, and then I'm going to rub through little bits of the white, so you get like a distressed sort of green and white effect, which will either look really nice or just dreadful. But then that's similar with most things that I do, so at least there's a degree of continuity happening. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just blathering for the sake of it now. The van is an absolute tip. As you can see, there's expanding foam just dripped all over absolutely everything. When I'm sited in my new home to do the rest of the build, I will be so pleased just to be able to cut wood on the outside and things. Yeah, so that's about it. I will have another update for you tomorrow, I'm sure, or maybe, actually no, tomorrow's Thursday, probably Friday night, Saturday or something like that. I've got to cut a vent in, which I might do tomorrow as well. It means buying another thing. A word to anyone thinking of doing this, by the way. I had worked out in my little mind various costs, and obviously certain costs, you know, like, you know, the batteries are £150 each or something. You know roughly how much wood you need. You know if you want a TV screen, it's going to be £299.99 or whatever. It doesn't really matter. whatever number you come up with, I wouldn't say double it, but it needs to go up. It's ridiculous. I mean, the amount I've spent on... The problem is, all the tools I've got at home are tools for doing things to motorbikes and cars, which is very different to this. So I've had to go and buy lots of tooling, and it's just the stuff like, you know, the primers, the glues, the wire, connectors. It just adds up like you would not believe. I'm not complaining, because, you know, it's a project that I've decided to do and I'm thrilled I'm doing it. But just if you decide, oh, hey, I'm going to do what that guy did, just bear in mind that the costs can be a little bit. Anyway, on that note, I shall leave. Guten Morgen, wie geht's? Well, it's not actually, it's afternoon. So, guten Abend, wie geht's? So, ta-da, we have new edition, which I could lie and say to you went really well, but actually I've buggered it up, so I'm going to have to order a new one. It looks lovely from here, but when you get up close, it doesn't. Still, never mind. That's not the reason for the update. Update. So, where shall we start? Lots of progress. Actually, there has been. Okay, so number one, that wall just about finished. Quite a bit of the wiring in for the uppy lights. Well, these little dinky things, little downlighters. So there'll be 6 of those. I haven't quite figured out what pattern yet. Might do sort of like 2 triangles. The second thing that's been done is the ceiling has now been pretty much finished. Yeah, really chuffed with it, and I have to say that the van itself, it once again, every day I tidy it up, every day more stuff, although thankfully I think what's going to happen now is, because I've finished doing all the installation and stuff, they're just about, I shouldn't have to be buying big rolls of stuff. Oh, and started doing some of the battening, which forgot the van was curved. Or at least, you know, slightly sort of chamfered in shape, which of course means that straight battens don't work. But to be honest with you, they've gone on all right. Everything's rock solid. So, bed's going to come out at this height, which is going to be good. And then I can tongue and groove this. Tomorrow was going to be the day I moved to the new location. I might do it Saturday. Yeah, I probably will actually, because I've still got bits to finish off before I want to go trundling down the road. I still haven't put the new wheels on, which look lovely. You haven't seen the new wheels yet, have you? I will give you a demonstration, or as they say in France, probably demonstration. I will also wear a hat, so any potential suitors out there think I've got that the wrong way around. Won't know I'm bald. See? So, wheels. Check this out. Abandoned into the spider-infested garage of doom. They're a little bit bigger than I thought they were going to be. But do you know what? They're going to be just grand. Grand like Granville. So, check that out. "20 inches of luxurious chocolate goodness," which I think with the graphics and the black windows will look absolutely fantastic. The overall rolling radius is a little bit more, but I was assured that it shouldn't make too much difference. Yes, then I've been assured things like that in the past, and they've been a complete disaster. So we'll see. What else can I show you? Fan, as you know, is done. The other panel didn't turn up, so solid. Yeah, so I think tomorrow, if I get that sorted out, over there, get the vent cut in where the styrofoam, no, not styrofoam, the expanding foam is. Get the centre bit boarded in. We're going to be really good to go. Oh, it'd be so nice to actually get everything out of here, get it back to bare, and then start building. Yeah, which was the whole point of this. Still haven't done the end bulkhead. I'm trying to find a set of cheap, which I have found, Mark 4 or Mark 5 Golf GTI fabric seats, because I've been told they'll go straight in, and I just need to then get a single box to replace the double box. So basically replace the double seats at the front with a single one, which will mean there'll be a little gap in the middle, so I can make a little trap door or a little micro door, and yeah, get through from the cabin. It should also stop too much heat getting out. I think I'll insulate this side. One other thing which did go alright. Ta-da! Yeah. Isn't he stupendous? Isn't he splendid? I think so. I'm just a child at heart. I mean, after all, here's my other vehicle, which is exceptionally grown up. Yeah, I think a picture is probably forming. Yes. There's a couple of bits I've left off, which, because I just wanted to get the ceiling up. The reversing camera I haven't put up because it's wireless. I can wire it in at any time, and there's nowhere actually to put it, which is really weird. And the other thing is my dome of, which is basically a wireless extender, which I think I'm going to put in the cab anyway, so, or above the cab. So that's not going to be too much of an issue. Yeah, happy the way everything's gone, really. Going to call it a day today because I am tired. And oh, does the insulation work? Well, now I have 2 black windows, and due to the fact that black reflects heat, no it doesn't. It does the other thing. It absorbs heat, and due to the fact it's now probably really over insulated, it is baking in there. I mean, it's absolutely baking. Another reason to get on and build the battery box, because at least then I can get the fan going and maybe get another fan, because honestly it's sweltering. But I mean, hey, it's all good. It means that when it's freezing cold out, it should be lovely and warm. Yeah, nothing else really to report. So this is RJ McCready signing off. No, it's not. It's me, Bad Yeti. And well, yes, have a lovely weekend, even though it's Wednesday.